Okay, good morning everyone. I'm doing a quick video because I got inspired by a new friend here on YouTube. His name is Gerald. Now I want to show you real quick. I had a subscriber. His name was Glage. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I have a strong regional dialect. Anyway, he had brought it to my attention that he thought that one of my plants was a canadensis, a Lactuca canadensis. And after researching, yes, I agree that last year I know for sure one of my plants was a canadensis. Now, I'm right here under this maple tree that's in my neighbor's yard. This was the shady area where my plants grew last year. It actually extended over here, but that's now my compost bin and that's a little work table. But this was where the canadensis and just a few cereola grew. Now, and of course this is my visual memory, so I remember all of my plants, specifically where they were located, because that was something I wanted to make sure that I mapped out so that this year I would know where to look for plants. So that canadensis was right here, and right here is where I have another one. I actually have several small ones in there. Now, it would have seeded. So in my roped off area that I have here, and I think Kenny's supposed to mow today because the weed eater guy came yesterday, but he won't mow in here. So some of these plants, as I've dug them up, yes, their tips have been very different. Now, I want to say that the thing that I have noticed visually, in observing in person, and in my research that I have scoured the internet, visual images on the internet, is that the canadensis has the arrow-like tip on the leaf, and I see one right now. Right here. And I do have my camera on a tripod. So in this little mix is going to be some canadensis. Now right here is a very specific cereola. I know that. That's a cereola. Now over in here have also been the verosa that I have moved all that over there when I have found it. Now I want to show you this canadensis in amongst my lovely dead nettle and red clover. Okay, you see this, and I showed this to you in I think it was my last video. You see this one is the canadensis. Now another thing that Gerald and I have been discussing, how we can tell this, oh, real close, y'all know how I get distracted. Look at this beautiful dandelion seed head. Now I could eat that up. Y'all, it has been so hard for me not to eat my dandelions. But I have so many this year because I went out and I dug them up and I brought them all into my little herbal bed so that I'd have some. So I'm trying not to eat them up. But my next video is going to be a flower salad that I'm going to bring to y'all. Now, back to the Lactuca. I'm just going to pinch that off and go ahead and put those down there so that they grow in here. Oh my goodness, there's several of them. There's several of these. Now, I'm going to show you something. Got it right here. Here is the canadensis tip. Right here is the verosa tip. So, looking at it side by side, you can tell the difference. And I'm so sorry, y'all, because I've got my tripod out here with me so my camera wouldn't shake as bad. But you can see right there is the difference. Now, when the cereolas start coming up about this size, I, of course, will come out here and I'll take each leaf. Now that I know I've got three kinds of lactuca. And that way we can, y'all, I promise you, we're going to learn this stuff together. So, we're going to have 3 growing in here. Now, I'm pulling up the cereola, but I will leave 1 or 2 plants so that we can learn from it this year. And I wanted to show you that, yes, I've got 3 lactuca plants in here. So I'm going to see what happens. Where the ones that seeded from this area last year. Okay, wherever it comes up, I'm just going to let it go. And now I'm going to come back out. Our salad is going to be so pretty. Okay, so, eat this leaf. Okay, so over here was where the canadensis was last year. There were a few cereola growing around it in this area. They did not produce well at all. I ripped them up. Then over here, just lopsided. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. This isn't my usual tripod that I bring out here. I just grabbed this out of the car. So, right here, and I know that y'all can remember this if you've seen the other videos, that in front of my wreath right there, that was where the giant one grew up. The giant Verosa grew up. And there were 1 or 2 Verosa next to it. Then right over here in this corner was where the cereola was. And I can see from here, even without my glasses on, I can see that there's some pretty good sized cereola coming up. Right in there, you can see it in the corner. Right there where the wood is. I can line that up like that. So, this is a real quick video because I got excited because I've got 3 kind of lactuca out here. And as you see, now I want y'all to look at this. Let me get back here. Okay. Everybody wants a nicely mowed yard. It has become a thing. There is history behind that. It is an emulation of the British gardens that a lot of the people that settled here in the South, but especially all over the world, you know, the British Empire was really revered. So they're well manicured, well kept British gardens became a heavy influence all over the world and even in America. Well, in rural America, especially Appalachia and in the hollers and valleys of the southeast, where there was poverty, but also the land was not suited for manicured and kept gardens. Well, those people learned to love this. This is my people over here. We didn't have a lawnmower. We had a sling blade and a cow. And the sling blade was just to cut out tall weeds, like thistle and stuff. And the cow just grazed. She was our milk cow, Rosie. After we didn't have milk cows anymore, Mama had gotten older and it was just me and my sister Frances there. So we didn't like milk. We didn't drink milk. And of course now we know that milk is not good for people like it has been proposed to be. Now, it's good on a certain level, a minimal level. But back to, see, y'all know I ramble. I tried to make a script, but I got excited. So anyway, so back to this. So I want you to see that even though, and I know that some places where y'all live, you can't have this because there's codes and stuff. Well, here in my little rural area, there's not codes. And I can have this little wild area here. Now in there, in this little small area, let me back up just a little bit, practically sitting on my truck. Okay, in that little area is enough nutrition and medicine to sustain you, to heal you, to make your life better, save you some money too. So I wanted to encourage y'all, if you do even have just one little place that you can let go wild like that, please do that, because right there is your benefits. So back to the lactucas. So I'm going to wind up now, but one of the things, and I am going to do a video once the camera gets charged, about some of the characteristics that Gerald, my new friend on YouTube, has pointed out to me, and we have shared our information. Some of the characteristics that we're going to talk about is sap color, the sprouting of the leaves, but the canadensis was just the same as the lactuca in that it grew up tall, it had good leaf production, and it is the same medicinally. So on that, I'm going to wind up, and then I'm going to upload this. And I'm just so excited, y'all. I have 3 kinds of lactuca, 3 kinds of wild lettuce. So we're going to have a lot of fun this next year. So until the next video, remember to eat the wild things. Goodbye.